What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching and listening to my rants and rambles. I appreciate your appreciation, and we got a big rant for you guys here today. A big fucking rant. Good versus evil. Do they exist? Do they exist? Is there such thing as bad? Is there such thing as good? Well, I'm gonna talk out of my ass here, as always. You know, what else is new, Saeed? You know, you're always talking out of your ass, bro. You know, you fucking don't know shit, bro. And so I'm gonna share my opinion in the present moment. Things are always changing. New information is coming in, new insights, new epiphanies, new experiences, right? And tell you what I've been taught by the mushroom. I've heard people's opinions on good and evil. I've obviously read some stuff. But at the end of the day, they're made of flesh just like me. Okay? And it's human intelligence. And I know that human intelligence is highly flawed by the ego structure and by personal motives. So I had to seek something of a higher nature, something that is more intelligent, which is our ancestors, the fungus. Now, some of you guys are already like, you fucking lost it, man. Well, you want to lose it too? Go and do 5 grams of mushrooms in silent darkness and tell me you ain't talking to something else. And tell me you ain't talking to something that is fucking talking to you and giving you some deep truths about who you are. Anyway, experience, I honor experience above all else. And for this question, I needed to ask the mushroom. I need to ask the mushroom, is there good and evil? Tell me about good and evil. And of course, whatever the mushroom told me has to be filtered through this human being called Saeed, right? It has to be filtered through here. So, of course, who's to say this is true? This is an opinion. This is why anytime a human being opens their fucking blabbering mouth and tells you something, just understand that it's an opinion. Okay? It's an opinion. Being human is a complex thing. So, but anyway, everything that I'm going to say in this video is, I would say, mixed up through the wisdom of the mushroom and through whatever I have filtering going on here, right? And this is what my understanding of good and evil is. Good and evil are part of duality, which is, if you look at the universe that we live in, the physical universe, duality is infused in every aspect of it. Day and night, light and darkness, good and evil, conscious mind, unconscious mind, masculine energy, feminine energy. It's everywhere, right? Even science, religion. Like there's always, you know, Messi, Ronaldo. It's like, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everywhere you see it. It's, you know, energy. It's patterns. Duality. Duality. It's this physical universe we live in is duality. And good and evil are playing that part, the duality. So this is good and this is evil, right? We judge it, you know, something's good, you know, this person's giving away money for the poor, this is good. This person's killing, this is bad, right? And it's very difficult to argue and say, oh, somebody killing is not a bad thing. You know, like if I come and tell you right now, oh, killing is not a bad thing, you'll fucking be like, no, fuck you, right? It's very difficult in an innate level to argue that this is not a bad thing, right? In the same way, like taking care of the poor and giving the poor money and stuff like that, it's hard to argue that that is not a good thing. However, we have to go a little bit past duality and into non-duality and see things from a higher perspective. So this is what I've been told by the mushroom. Good and evil are both sides of God, which is love. So the highest truth that I've been told, that God is love. That love is the ultimate truth. Love and light are the ultimate truth. But because we're in this game, playing this game, this is in simulation. So if from outside the simulation, the only truth is God, is love. The only truth is light, and that's God. But inside the simulation, which is this physical universe that we're living in, there is light and there is darkness. There is good and there is evil. And the evil, that's what the simulation is based on. Meaning the evil and the bad and the dark and the negative element is a key, crucial, essential element to play this game. Because without it, there's no game. Which means evil, Satan, demons, negativity, that's all part of God. That's God is pretending that God is evil. God is pretending that God is negative. God is pretending that God is bad. But it's all part of God. It's all branches of love. And God is just pretending, you know, when God comes to you in a negative way, you know, when you have negative thoughts and you have, you know, negativity going on in your life, that's God essentially pretending and saying, hey, you know, I'm kind of disguised here. I'm disguised as Satan. I'm disguised as negativity. I'm disguised as bad. And can you really see me for who I am? Can you really see me? So fear, right? Whenever you're in fear, in a state of fear, fear is just the contrast. This is contrast. We need to experience contrast here. Fear is the contrast of love. But we need it. Without fear, there is no game to play. Without the struggle, without the pain, there's no pleasure, right? We need it. We need duality. So infused within the simulation, infused within this video game that we're playing, is the element of darkness, the element of negativity, the element of bad, right? It's infused within the game, and it's infused within your human instincts and human ego. It's infused within you, right? You have both good and bad inside of you. You have shadows and demons, and you have light and positivity. You have positive energy within you, and you have negative energy within you. You have two wolves here. You know that saying, you feed whichever wolf. You can feed the wolf that tells you you can. You can feed the wolf that tells you I can't. It's inside of you. You're part of life. This simulation that we're inside is programmed to be dual. It's programmed. It's zeros and ones. There you go, right there. This entire thing we're living in, by the way, if you follow simulation theory and you follow Elon Musk and Thomas Campbell and many other scientists that are convinced that we're inside a simulation, the simulation we're living in is zeros and ones. Duality. So the very fucking existence of this game, the very existence of this simulation, the very existence of life, the Big Bang, if you will, when the Big Bang happened, right? The Big Bang is essentially the programmer hitting run on the program, and boom, the Big Bang happens. The Big Bang happened because of zeros and ones. And even the way the Big Bang evolves, bang, masculine energy, pew, billions of years of evolution, feminine energy. Zeros and ones, duality, it's everywhere. So as humans, we're part of that duality. So inside of us is good, inside of us is evil. Inside of us is shadow, inside of us is Satan, inside of us is demons, inside of us is negativity, inside of us is also on the other side of the coin, positivity, light, and it's the same thing. It's inside both of us, right? It's all part of God. It's all part of the simulation. It's part of the programmer, if you will. And now, all this philosophy bullshit, all this intellectual bullshit, is this getting you anywhere? Is this getting me anywhere? Like, is there any practical to it? Well, if you look at what darkness is the absence of light. It's the absence of light. So although we experience darkness, but what seems to be true, what seems to be default, is light. And while God plays these roles of negativity and you know, fear, right? Ultimately, the simulator of this thing, call it God for a better of lack of terms. You know what? I like to call it cosmic love. I call it cosmic love from now on, right? Better term than God, better term than universe. I'm going to call it cosmic love from here on. Cosmic love is pretending to be fearful, is pretending to be negative. But really, cosmic love wants you to see that there's nothing but light. Again, without the illusion that there is darkness. Darkness is an illusion. It's just simply absence of light. Without the illusion of fear, without the illusion of negativity, without the illusion of darkness, you would not be able to play this game and find that actually there is nothing but light. And that's the default thing. And that's the default state of being. And outside the simulation, where we come from and where we go after we die, is nothing but pure infinite bliss and love, because that's all there is to it. And while we play this game, the minute you know you're reaching higher levels in the game is the minute you realize that. So you play and play, you incarnate over and over and over and over and over and over, until in one of these incarnations you come to realize, hold on a second, fear, bad judgments, all these things, I'm looking at the same thing. God is just pretending. God's pretending, you know, the whole time I've been playing this, so I can realize, hold on, there is nothing to fear, because fear is an illusion, which God created the illusion and pretended the illusion, you know, God's pretending that he's evil, evil, not he. Cosmic love is pretending that I'm not love. But really, at the end of the day, you just come to realize there's nothing but light. Darkness is absence of light. And there's nothing but love. That's the highest truth. The highest truth is the universe is very friendly. And everything has loving intent to it. You know, everything is made of love. Everything is love. And duality, this thing we're doing here, is just a game for all of us to play so that we can realize, hold on, there's nothing but light and there's nothing but love. So I think what is happening in this physical existence that we're in, this simulation, there is a balance between good and evil. But good, which is just good, again, bad is the absence of good. You see? That's all it is. Bad is the absence of good. Bad is an illusion. Bad doesn't exist. Bad is God pretending that God is bad. But there's no such thing as bad, right? It's all part of this duality game that we play. And it's simply the absence of good. So, there's a balance between good and evil. But the way I see it is good has like a slight little bit of advantage. And the universe, God, if you will, cosmic love, right? I said I want to say cosmic love, is always trying to point you towards love. Because although cosmic love programmed this simulation so that it seems that good and evil have an equal amount of balance, I think that good has a slight little bit of advantage. And we all come to realize that sooner or later. This is the whole point of reincarnation. This is the whole point of life, is to evolve our consciousness into love, is to realize our true nature, is to realize that there's no darkness, there's no fear, there's no such thing as bad action, right? That's just, a bad action is the absence of a good action, which is really all there is, which is really, that is all there is, light and love. That's the truth, right? So when you see somebody kill and you say, this is a bad action, well, okay, you're placing a moral judgment. You're not understanding that we come here, we make these judgments, we kill, we do all these things, we play, we come in from one incarnation to the next, right? And spawn, we keep spawning essentially. And we keep doing these bad things and passing these judgments until one day we realize, hold on. This is not bad. This is not bad. you know? It's just, I'm not paying attention to my true self, to my true nature, because it's that the reason why I'm killing, because there's an absence of love. Anybody who has love in their life would never kill, would never rob, would never fucking steal, would never rape. And there's just a lack of love. And that's why I'm killing. So you realize, okay, then maybe bad doesn't really exist. Bad is an illusion. Then good and evil don't really exist. They're illusions, because there is nothing but good. Ultimately. There is nothing but light. There's nothing but love. And that's, I mean, that's the truth. Darkness is the absence of light. So, even, you know, if we go back to the story of the Garden of Eden, how Satan disobeyed God, right? And how Satan, you know, all the angels, they essentially submitted to God except for Satan. And let me ask you this, who created Satan in the first place? There's your answer. God created Satan in the first place. God made Satan, right? And God made Satan knowing that Satan will disobey God. And knowing that this is a necessary ingredient to play out this drama that we're in, this video game that we're in. It's necessary. God created Satan. God created evil. God created bad. And so we gotta respect Satan. And I'll tell you why we gotta respect Satan. You know, when I say Satan, I'm using metaphors here, guys. You know, if you're watching my channel for the first time, no, I'm not one of those crazy fucking Jesus heads, right? I just use wisdom, and for me, the mushroom speaks to me more wisdom than anything else. I trust the mushroom above all else. But there's wisdom everywhere, right? And we gotta respect Satan, because poor Satan has to play this role of bad. Poor Satan has to play this role of evil. Poor Satan's not really evil at heart. He's not really bad. Satan is a creation of God, and God is love. God is love. God is light. God is love. God is light. I don't know how else to explain it, you know, but if you've experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. God is love. And poor Satan, that's why I got a lot of respect for evil. I got a lot of respect for bad. I got a lot of respect for fear. I respect fear. I respect negativity. Because poor fucking Satan has to put on this mask like he's bad. Poor fucking Satan, poor demons, poor negative energy has to pretend, has to put on this mask, has to put on this pretentious game, play this game that, hey, I'm fucking bad and blah, blah, blah. You know, and Satan probably, like, when God created Satan, Satan was probably like, fuck, man, do I really have to take on this role? Like, can't I just be like the other angels? Can't I just be, like, made of light and love? And then God's probably like, you know who the fuck you are, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, God's probably like, you know you're light and love too, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you gotta put on this face, you gotta put on this mask that you're evil, that you're bad, that you're fear. And just put it on, man. Put it on, you know. Fucking get over yourself, bro. God's probably like, get over yourself, bro. You know, get over yourself. And Satan's probably like, fuck, okay, I guess I'll take on the role of evil. I'll play my part in this simulation. I'll pretend that I'm evil. I'll pretend that I'm bad. But really, I'm just an illusion. I'm just the absence of light. I'm the absence of darkness. Absence of light. I'm the absence of love. I'm here serving a purpose for souls to incarnate here and realize, hey, there's nothing but love, and the universe loves you, and God loves you, and cosmic love loves you, and you're supported by the universe, you're supported by the force, you're supported by the Tao. The Tao loves you, and we all get to that realization eventually in one incarnation or another, you know. So we all come to that realization. At some point, we realize, hold on, man, like, there's nothing but love, and there's nothing but light. And don't expect everyone to get there when you get there, when you realize that. Because that's, you know, part of enlightenment, is realizing there's nothing but love and light. That's why they call it enlightenment, light. Don't expect everyone else to get there when you get there, because we all get there when we need to get there. And you know, the caterpillar turns into a butterfly when a fucking caterpillar is done being a caterpillar and turns into a butterfly, right? We all get there eventually. This is the whole concept of reincarnation. We come back again and again and again and again, and we're trying to evolve our consciousness into love. So that's kind of what I've been told by the mushroom, in not so many words. I asked the mushroom one time, and that's sort of all the thoughts that flew into my head, and I wrote them down. And so what, the moral of the story, I mean, well, I was all over the place here, man, all over the place. The moral of the story, does good and evil exist? They're part of the same coin. And evil and bad, it's just an illusion. It's a mask. It's a role. Satan's created by God. It's a role. Ultimately, the only truth is love. That's what really exists. Beyond the duality is love. And, you know, for some of you guys watching this, you're like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you didn't explain shit. I don't think I explained anything in this video. I'll just leave it up to you to ponder on this and experience this firsthand. You know, I emphasize on experience because I know much of what I said is not logical and much of what I said is not rational, and I didn't even give a straight answer because there is no straight answer. But I experienced this, and maybe my experience can help you also. Maybe see it from this point of view. Anyway, that's it. That's where I'll finish off this video. God bless you all. I love every single one of you guys. But don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.